All right, everybody. Kids are warming up. We are currently very cold at Port Huron's finest facility. I'm pretty sure they are saving electricity and have just opened up the windows to keep this rink cold at this point. Looks like we got about 10 seconds left here in warm-up, so we'll quickly be moving on to puck drop. Ellie's still out, so we're down a defenseman and down a forward with Jackson also out. Looks like Keegan has his actual jersey for this game. We'll be wearing white. Joe and I will switch sides of the ice each period to film the offensive zone. So again, I'll do my best to call out the kids when they have the puck. It is difficult to see them all the way down on the far side of the ice. Probably worth a trip to the optometrist at this point because it is hard to identify them all the way down there.
Standing in front of the globe.
It just looks like there's just smoke coming out of my mouth. It's kind of like, can you see it? No, it's so bad.
I saw the Bulls tripod here, or the Bulls one the other pool set up the other day. They had their phone on it,
Yeah.
and they just set up there. And
Yeah, we had one of those.
Double check on it. That's somebody's phone, and it's just tracking them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty sweet.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah. All right, kids are over at the bench. We'll have starting lineups if I can see them. And we'll get those out here shortly. All right, looks like we're going to get Blake G. Is that Brooksy? Nope. Kellen. Blake G. Kellen. Skate Schofield. Keegan. We got Ben Collins taking the first half of each period. So Trey will finish out this game. The back half of the third, the puck is dropped. Chicago's going to win that. We are playing the Chicago Bulldogs, by the way. They move it back to their D. They're going to send it through the neutral zone. Sorry, Detroit Bulldogs. They send it through the neutral zone, goes length of the ice. That's going to be an icing, so it's going to work its way back here. This will be an offensive zone face-off for Boulder. Got Mark Kendall to my right. If he wants to help me out and do color commentary, that would be sweet. All right, same five skaters on the ice. We're going to be to the left, our left, of the Bulldogs goalie. Face-off is won by the Bulldogs. They're sent out of the zone. They had a guy flying way early. Design play there from Detroit. Keegan caught him. Detroit's going to dump it in the Boulder zone. Keegan's going to send it behind the net into the opposite corner. G's going to send it to our winger who is covered. Blake's coming in on the forecheck. Detroit's going to send it up the wall. The forward picks it up. He's going to wheel behind the net. Kellen with the pressure. Brooksy picks it up. He's going to send it backdoor to Blake. Detroit gets a sick on it. All the teams that we played this week have done a real good job kind of taking away that pass to the back door. Definitely a better job than the teams we play in Colorado. Detroit's going to clear the puck. They're going to skate it through the neutral zone, and they're going to send it towards the net. I think it was a pad save by Ben. Winston clears it. Chicago picks it up, and they're going to dump it deep into the Boulder zone. Declan's going to be the first one back. He's going to send it behind the net to his D partner, Winston. Winston looks to rim it around, ends up right in front of the net. I think there was another save from Ben Collins. I'll probably apologize 100 times during this call. It's, again, tough to video in this rink. and we are very cold, so it's tough to talk. Chicago's going to clear. They're skating it through the neutral zone. Sorry, I keep calling them Chicago. It's Detroit Bulldogs. I think there's also a Chicago Bulldogs. Shot goes wide of the net from the Bulldogs. Puck is now behind the net. Definitely gets a piece of it. Detroit's going to pick it up. Up to Brooksy. Ends up in the neutral zone. Detroit picks it up in their D zone. They're going to look to send it out. Puck gets out on a second attempt and sent deep into the Boulder zone. Declan's going to recover. He's going to wheel behind the net. He's going to send it back to Kate on a drop. Kate moves it over to, I believe that was Jack. Alex has it now. Sorry, I got the hiccups again. I think it's the cold in this rink. I don't understand. The corner. Detroit's going to clear, and this will certainly be an icing. It is. Puck's going to move back into the Detroit zone. We get kids wearing face masks, looking like ice agents out here because it's so cold. You're going to see Landon, Jack. Can't see who the other winger is. We got Kate and Keegan. Detroit looks clear. They do. They're going to pick it up in the neutral zone. Players one-on-one with Keegan. He's going to poke it away. Still going to get a shot on net. Save Ben Collins. Not sure what the shot count is, but it's definitely not in our advantage early on. And again, we started every game a little slow offensively. Puck's in the neutral zone. Moved over to Landon. He's going to fall. I have heard the ice in this rink is nothing short of terrible from the kids. Boulder moves a D to D in their own zone. Puck currently in the neutral zone. Battle along the wall. Picks it up. He moves it to Landon. Landon's going to skate in. Shot trickles towards net. Save from Chicago. Yeah, the analogy I got was imagine it's old foothills, but colder, and the ice is worse. That is what the kids have been telling me today. So if you're back at home sitting inside and warm, I am very jealous. So we got Kellen, G, Blake out here. Winston and Declan back on D. Detroit's going to clear that following the faceoff. Again, their big forward is flying the zone every time. We're doing a good job picking them up, but they're looking to push the pace real fast off the faceoff. Detroit regroups. They're going to move it up the near side wall, enter the Boulder zone. They're going to come in, get a shot on net, save Ben Collins. Puck's in the corner. Detroit's going to sent out of the zone by Kellen. Blake's on the forecheck, and that's an icing. I thought Detroit got a piece of that, but all right. It's going to move back down to the other end following the icing from Boulder. And it looks like we're going to get Kate, Keegan, Liam, Brooksy, and Alex. Offensive zone faceoff. Puck is dropped. Alex is going to try and clear. It doesn't get out. Detroit moves it into the corner, back out to the point. They're going to try and send it back to the corner. Puck does not clear for Boulder. Battle in the middle. Shot on net. Save Ben. Second attempt, save Ben. Puck goes below the goal line. Sent up the wall. Alex is pressured. Almost held a little bit there. Detroit is going to send it back out of their own zone. Back into the neutral zone. Kate moves it over to Liam. Liam's going to work his way through the defensive zone. He's going to move it up to Alex. Alex is skating into the offensive zone, drops it to Brooks. Brooks not able to handle it. Detroit's going to get a stick on it. They're going to look to clear. Puck ends up in the corner. After a few attempts, they are able to clear. Liam skating back on the back check, pushes it to Kate, who moves it over to Keegan. Keegan's looking up ice. He's going to send it off the wall. Alex picks it up. He's going to enter the zone. Skate in. Couldn't make a move around one. Stripped. Detroit skating in out of the zone. They're over the red line. They're working their way into the Boulder zone. They're in. Clean entry. Again, this is kind of how we started off the last game, allowing a lot of clean zone entries, not forechecking as hard as we typically do. Shot on net, saved by Ben. And then we wanted to pick it up in the third once we were down 3-2. So hopefully we can correct that here quickly, pressuring the puck a little harder as we typically do. Puck's still in the Boulder zone, not able to clear. Actually, it did get out, sent immediately back in for an offsides. Can't see the lines where we're at all. I'm sure you can't see them on camera as well. That was also pointed out to me. That's very similar of Old Foothills. Yeah, I mean, we can't see them on the ice. Neutral zone face-off on the offsides. I believe that's Blake or Jack taking the drop. Detroit's going to get that, move it quickly back into the Boulder zone and send it below the net. Boulder pursues. Can't see who it is. Boulder looks to clear. Pretty sloppy puck movement from Boulder early on in this game. This is not typically how we play. Just not a lot of clean passes, not enough on it. Puck's still in the neutral zone. A lot of hot potato going on. It doesn't appear anyone really wants that puck right now. Far shot sent on net to Ben. He's going to save that. Boulder's got a few things to clean up. We typically start slow, but this is pretty slow for us. So line change following the save from Ben. It looks like we got G. I see Kate, Winston. I think that's Blake. Kellen. Puck sent behind the net following the face-off. Boulder's going to look to clear. Not able to break it out. Puck sent cross ice. We're able to get out G. Had a lot of ice in front of him. Looked to make a pass. Didn't get through. Detroit's going to grab that puck and quickly send it down ice. Ben's going to stop it. Boulder looks to break out again, but we make a pass right to a Detroit player. Detroit sends it backdoor, shoots wide. Thankfully, this team isn't really full of a bunch of snipers because we are definitely losing the shot battle right now. Detroit moves to the neutral zone. I think Kellen's going to go to the box for an interference penalty. So stoppage in play here, and they're calling Kellen for a trip. So Boulder will go on the kill here with 7:59 left in the first 0-0 game. Sorry, I haven't been staying on top of time and score. But it is a 0-0 game with 7:59 left in the first. We're going to lose Kellen for at least 90 seconds here for a tripping penalty. And Boulder's going to get a defensive zone face-off to Ben's right. Hopefully we can take away the middle of the ice here, prevent any quality scoring opportunities from Detroit, and not chase too far outside or behind the net. We get two players behind the net as I say that. Boulder looks to clear, but we pass it right to a Detroit defenseman. Detroit gets a shot. It's redirected wide. Secondary shot stopped by a Boulder defenseman. Alex is pressuring at the blue line. At this point, most of the footage has been on the opposite end of the ice, which is difficult to call. Apologize. Detroit's going to get another shot. It's going to go wide right. They're going to hold the wall, send another shot, blocked by, I believe, Winston, who looks to clear. Not enough on it, doesn't get out. Blake picks it up, or is that Brooks? That's Brooks. Brooks enters the zone. He's tripped, no call. Alex pressuring. Detroit's going to look to clear. They do. They're skating it out. They're over the red line. They're going to look to re-enter the Boulder zone. Brooks with the pressure clears the puck. Detroit's going to dump it into the near side corner. It's going to trickle around below the net. Winston's going to send it up the wall on a rim, and that's going to be an icing. We haven't really been able to test this Bulldogs goalie very much, and I'll tell you, he's not big. So I'd love to get some shots on net, see what this kid can do, but we're having a hard time maintaining possession of the puck, so we can't get shots. We can't get goals. G's going to take the drop, still on the kill. 18 seconds left on Kellen's penalty. Battle in the corner. G's going to come up with it following the face-off. G moves it through the neutral zone, gets a pass up to Blake, and goalie gets on top of it. Easy save for him as it was just trickling in after it went off of Blake's stick. We got 5 seconds left. 34 left in the first 0-0 game. Skater's going to stay out. Clear. We're back to full. the zone again. Detroit, and I believe that was Kellen pushes it out of the zone. Icing waved off. Zero pressure here right now. Kate is able to hold it in the zone. We got to put more pressure on the forecheck because we're not making life tough on Detroit. G gets sent face first into the wall, no call. Kate pinches, holds again. Great job holding the zone there from Kate. G's making his can't afford to lose anybody right now, especially not G. It's going to go the length of in icing, so hopefully we can get some fresh bodies on the ice for this offensive zone face-off. We have 5:32 left in the first. Still 0-0 game, very much because of our goalies right now. We got Liam, Brooks, Alex, Declan, and Winston. Let's see if we can start with a face-off win and generate some offense. Brooks is going to win it to himself. Puck goes behind the net. Brooks is still fighting. Detroit's going to pick it up. He didn't have any support. We weren't layering well there. Detroit's going to skate down ice, fire a low shot on Trey. Puck ends up behind the net. Detroit's going to reverse, shoot, shelves it far side corner. 5:08 left in the first, and Boulder's going to go down 0-1. This is the second deficit we faced in this tournament, second deficit in 2 games. If it looks to you back home like we just don't have our typical energy, that's what we're seeing here too. We're lacking a tenacious forecheck. We're not reading passes. We're not making good passes right now, so hopefully we can clean this up. We did get a ZAM before the game started, so we'll see another ZAM between the second and third. The kids could probably use a reset, but unfortunately we're going to have to wait till after the second period for that. Declan's going to dump it in. Alex pressuring here in the corner. He picks it up. He's got some juice now. He's attacking the net. We got to get another body there to help Alex as he's driving the net. Declan holds the blue line. Is that a penalty on Boulder or is that an offsides? It's going to be an offside. So the puck must have got out right as Declan was attempting to hold the blue line there. We're going to see Jack, Connor, Landon, Keegan, and Skate Schofield. Trey Dunn still in net. We got 4:45 left in the first. 1-0 game. Boulder's down. Detroit's going to win that faceoff. Quickly move it through the neutral zone. Clean zone entry. Shot on net. Save Trey Dunn. Same 5 skaters are going to stay on the ice. Looks like Jack is taking the face off here. Puck is dropped. Detroit's going to win that again. They're going to move it D to D. Send it below the goal line. Trickles below the net. Shot. Net comes off as Trey was sliding over to make that save. That doesn't happen a lot for Trey, but it did happen in the last game for both goalies. These nets are not seated very well on the ice, especially that far side one. That's where we kept seeing it the last game. Puck is dropped. G took the face off. He's back out. Puck sent into the corner. Detroit comes in. They're going to fire a shot on net. Detroit player goes down. Boulder's going to the box for another tripping. 4:19 left in the first. 1-0 game. Detroit up. And we're going to go on the kill again. This is 2 back-to-back tripping penalties. Normally, we're known for body contact penalties. I think that's, again, just another sign we're not moving our feet. We're not getting to the puck soon enough. We're reaching and fishing for it. Puck is dropped. Again, can't tell who's out. Shot on net, save Trey, sent to the corner. Puck rimmed around. Detroit's going to hold the wall, send it back in the corner. It's going to sends it up the wall. Stick on it. He's going to send the zone to Kellen. That's it. For a minute and then go the power play for no player. Brooksy's going to take a face-off. He's got Liam with him, Keegan, and Skate Schofield. Puck is dropped. Detroit's going to come up with it in the corner. They're going to send it around. Liam picks it off. Brooks is trying to feed it back to Liam. Doesn't get through. Liam skates in. He's going to wrap around. Oh, Detroit defender just got a stick on it. He had a lot of open net to work with there. The goalie did not get post to post very quick. Again, this goalie has not even remotely been tested yet. Detroit's going to dump it down in the corner. It's going to rim behind the net. Keegan's first there for Boulder. Brooks is going to pick it up. He's going to rim it around. You got to remember, everybody, we got a lot of ice. This possession game right now. Kate's going to move it up to Liam. Liam's over the blue line, tries to make move around one. Detroit defender grabs it, quickly moves it out of the zone. Detroit's going to re-enter. Detroit's coming in, gets a shot on net. Save Trey. Detroit sends it out front. Trey gets a piece of it. Liam gets it. He's out of the zone. He's over the red line. He's in the Detroit zone, driving around. He's going to shoot. Goalie gets a piece of it, goes wide. Goalie's small. Liam went high on that one. Probably would have had a better opportunity. Liam taking his time, working his way across the top of the zone here. He moves it over to Kate. Misfire on the pass. Or sorry, that was Keegan that he was passing to. Keegan gets taken down. No call. Man, this is not typically how we play. Stoppage in play. Not sure what for. I'm going to assume the net came off. No. Say what?
I'm taking two. One of theirs, one of ours.
So I can't tell who's in the box through the angle that we're at, but I think I saw Liam go in. He was shaking his head, so probably matching roughings. Pretty typical. So we are on the power play right now for 2 more seconds. It's 2:29 left in the first, 1-0 lead for Detroit. But I think we're 4-on-4 for 2 seconds, and then Detroit's going to get the man advantage for nearly an entire power play. We got 5 now? Oh, it's because it was matching. Never mind. Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, it was matching. Disregard. It's 5-on-4. Quickly back to full strength from both teams. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Apologize. G's going to get the puck, move it back to Winston. Winston's going to move it up to Alex. Alex goes down. Puck pops out. Alex is going to quickly re-enter. He's going to attack the middle of the ice. He's going to feed it over to G. G's coming in clean. Sends it back door. Alex wasn't there. Or he was. It just didn't get on his stick. Winston fires a shot. Doesn't get through. Detroit clears. Winston's going to pick it up in the neutral zone. Move it over to Declan. Declan looks up ice. Gets it to Brooks. Brooks sends it up the wall. Detroit's going to pick it up in their own zone. Look up ice. Not going to get a lot on it. And Alex picks it off. He's going to re-enter the zone again. G's got it now. He's going to board turn here in the corner. Send it up to Declan. Declan's going to walk to the middle. Fire shot. Doesn't get through. And these teams are really good about crowding the middle of the ice. Detroit grabs the puck now. Jack slashes the kid after getting... So we're going to lose Jack Eaton to the box. Both refs threw their hand in the air real quick. Hopefully it's just 1:30. Slash for Jack Eaton confirmed. Just 1:30. Doesn't look like they're going to send 2. Didn't think they were, just worried about it. We got 1:19 left in the first, 1-0 lead for the Chicago Bulldogs right now. Boulder's having a bit of an identity crisis as they're trying to get a grip on this game. So we will assume the penalty kill for at least the remainder of this period. Well, possibly for the remainder of this period, sorry. Puck is dropped, sent back to the Detroit D, fires a slap shot wide right. Detroit mishandles the puck at the blue line, but they're able to hold the blue line and send it right back in. Keegan's going to retreat for the puck. He's going to send it up the wall, but it goes right to a Detroit player. Keegan's going to grab it, send it out of the zone. This might be on net. Detroit goalie's going to stop it. Again, I really wish we could test this kid a little bit more. Blake grabs it. He's pursuing. He's going to fight off a Detroit player. He's going to send it to Connor. Connor shoots. Detroit defender seeing it right there, gets all of it. Detroit's going to send it out of the zone. Nope, held by Kate Schofield. Send in the corner, trickles below the net. Blake pressuring. Move it out. Again, Boulder. Detroit's going to send it off and trickle below. Stops it. He's over the red. It back to the defense. Keegan's going to look up ice, sends it right off of a Detroit player. That's the end of the first. So we had 10 seconds left on Jack's penalty. So Boulder will start the second period on the kill, down by a score of 1-0. We are going to move the camera, so we'll see you once we get on the other side. Everyone got to see Joe's pretty face there, but this is the start of the second period. Again, Boulder starting off on the kill. Battle along the wall. Bodies hitting the floor, no arms in the air. Detroit's going to pick it up. They're going to move it back to their D. Alex is pressuring. We're back to full strength, by the way. Puck's sent into the Boulder zone. Winston first back. He's going to send it behind the net. Liam's going to chip it over to, I believe that was Brooks who gets it out of the zone. Detroit's going to pick it up in the neutral zone, quickly send it back into the Boulder zone. Declan pursuing. He's trying to rim it around the other way. Brooks is going to pick it up, poked away. Detroit gets a stick on it. They're going to throw it wide of the net. Detroit holds the zone. Battle in the near side corner. Detroit's going to pick it up. Brooks comes up with it. He's going to look up ice. He's going to move it to Alex. Not able to connect on that pass. Puck chips into the neutral zone. And we're going to get an offsides. Decent pressure there. Unfortunately, resulting in offsides. The puck quickly came out and quickly went back in. 13:54 in the second. 1-0 lead for Detroit. We're going to get a line change. Looks like we got Kellen, Blake, Kate, Keegan, and G. G's going to take the face off in the neutral zone. Puck is dropped. Chicago picks it up. Quickly move it through the neutral zone. Kate's going to grab it in the Boulder zone, try and clear. Doesn't get out. Detroit's going to send it into the corner. Keegan's there. He's going to try and rim it around. He does. And the puck is cleared. Blake pursuing on the forecheck now. No call as the Detroit defender goes down. G's going to pick it up and move across ice. Kellen with a one-timer. Glove saved by the Detroit goalie. 13:23 left in the second. 1-0 lead for Detroit. Again, Boulder facing a rare deficit in this tournament. G's going to take the drop. Same 5 skaters are going to stay on the ice. G's battling here, following the face-off. Kellen picks it up. He skates in, throws a low shot on net. Blake was there for the rebound, just going to get a stick on it. Blake's still battling. He's going to chip it back to the D. Keegan picks it up. He's going to send it down the wall to Kellen. Rims behind. Jeeves going to pick it up behind the net. He's working his way out of the corner. He's trying to find some help. Moves it out to Kellen. Kellen can't get the shot off. Detroit's going to snag it and skate it right through the neutral zone. They're moving quick through the neutral zone. They're quickly in the Boulder zone. Kate defending. Both players go down. No calls. Oh, yeah, it looked like a stoppage play. Everyone just kind of stopped moving, but no call. Keegan picks it up. He's going to quickly exit the Boulder zone. He's over the red line. He's in the fires shot on net. Blocker save from the Detroit goalie. G tried to send it off by Detroit. Has to do. Battle hacking going on. Detroit blue, but no signal from. All right, looks like it's going to be no goal. We certainly couldn't see from here. Detroit thought it went in. Would appear Ben saved that. Defensive zone face-off, 12-11 left in the second, 1-0 lead for Detroit. Declan is going to attempt to clear, does not get out. Puck is sent behind the net, rims around the opposite corner. Detroit's going to be the first one on it. It's hard to win puck battles when you're the second one there. Detroit's still with it. They move it out to the D. And dump it into the corner. They're going to send it out to the slot. Goes right through a Boulder player out to the point. Shot does not get through for Detroit. Boulder's still not able to clear. Attempt to clear again. Does not get out. Along the wall. Now in the corner. I believe that's Keegan battling down there. Winston picked it up. Sends it up the wall. Or there was Declan battling down there. But Winston's able to clear. Connor pursuing here on the forecheck. Detroit sends it off the wall. Landon picks it off, moves it to Connor, maybe too much on it, not able to handle that one. Jack is pursuing now on the forecheck. He moves it up to the D. Declan's going to look to send it down deep. He does on his second attempt. Alex coming around on the forecheck. Gets by him, gets by Liam. And Detroit quickly breaks it out of the zone. They're over the red line. They're going to fire a shot wide of the net from the blue line. Winston first back for Boulder. Brooks looks to rim it around the other side to Liam. Liam makes a move around one, gets it to Alex. Alex is going to pick it up. He's over the blue line. He tries to make a move around one, does not work. Liam's going to send it back to Declan. Declan's going to send it down the wall. Brooks is going to stop it. He's looking for some help. Liam's there. And Detroit's able to clear. Detroit's over the red line, moving into the Boulder zone, driving wide. Skates Schofield defending. And she's going to pick it up. She's going to look to clear. Puck does not get out. Detroit moving through the zone, makes a move around one, sends it backdoor shot. Initial save by Ben. Rebound opportunity is a goal for Detroit. Is a 8:55 too. It looks like 8:55 left in the second. And Detroit's going to take a 2-0 lead. All right, center ice face-off following the Detroit goal. We're going to get Blake, G, Kellen, Detroit, puck's in the Detroit zone. They go to D, quickly move it out of the zone. Looks like it's going to be an icing. It is. Puck is dropped. Sent to the far side wall. Declan is going to pick it up in the defensive zone. Looks to move it D to D. Winston or Keegan, maybe that was Winston, sends it up the wall. Kellen picks it up in the neutral zone. He's going to enter the Detroit zone. He's taken down, and we're going to get a power play out of this one. Liam's going to take the drop. Detroit's quickly going to come up with it, and they are going to attempt to clear. Brooks is able to hold. Liam's going to move it over to Blake. Blake's going to send it down the wall to Keegan. Keegan makes a move around one, passes it back to Blake. Blake's going to fire a shot on net, save Detroit. Keegan scoops it up, moves it back to Blake. Blake's going to fire, glove save, Detroit goalie. All right, we got Keegan, Blake, Alex, Brooks, and Liam. Offensive zone face-off. We are on the power play. Puck is dropped. Detroit's going to look clear. They pass it right to Brooks. Fires a shot, doesn't get through. Liam's second opportunity, saved from the Detroit goalie. That was a rocket. Battle below the goal line here. Detroit looks to clear, and they will. Brooks is skating hard back to the puck as it trickles into the Boulder zone. Brooks is going to look up, fire across ice. Sent to Alex. Alex is going to pick it up in the neutral zone. He's skating hard. He's over the blue line. He's going to drive through the middle of the zone. He's going to stop, move it out to Liam. Liam's looking for a teammate. He's going to chip it cross ice to Blake. Blake with the one-timer, shot on net. Keegan gets a piece of it. He's going to skate behind the net, fire it back out to Liam. Liam's going to pick it up here in the corner. Liam skates in, sends it cross ice. Blake's going to pick it up, move it back to Brooks. Brooks is going to fire. Save. Detroit goes over the net. Keegan's first on it. He's hit from behind. No call. Alex is going to come up with it. He's going to work his way below the goal line here. Keegan there for support. He's helping him out. Alex is going to chip it back to Blake. Blake's going to board turn. He's going to look to make a move. Puck is poked away, sent into the neutral zone. And Brooksy's skating back for it. He's going to dump it back into the Detroit zone. Detroit goalie's going to stop it here. Detroit defender picks it up. Skates behind the net. Pressured immediately by Liam and Blake. Puck is now behind the net. Liam battling. He's going to pick it up. He's looking for a teammate. Works his way to the middle. Sends it to Connor. Connor gets a low shot on net. Saved from the... Brooks fires a shot. Connor pressuring on the forecheck here. To the wall. Kate has in the neutral zone. Liam tries to make move around one on his own entry. Doesn't get in. Second attempt does, but that's offsides. So it's 6:56 or 5:56. I think it's 6:56. Lead for Detroit here in the second period. Going to get a line change. We got Winston, Kate, Landon, Jack, and Connor. Puck is dropped. Jack's going to take a drop. Detroit's going to win it back. They're going to send it up the wall, and it's going to trickle in the neutral zone. Winston sends it back in the Detroit zone. They quickly send it out. Detroit's over the red line now. They're working their way into the Boulder zone. We got an offsides call. 6:42 left in the second. Puck is dropped. Same five skaters were out. Kate's going to pick it up. She's going to work her way through the neutral zone, tries to chip it into the Detroit zone. They're able to hold the wall. Second attempt gets in. Detroit quickly clears. Winston's back. He sends it up the wall, and I believe, I can't tell who passed it over to Jack. They send cross ice to Jack. Jack battling along the wall. Chicago picks it up, moves it through the neutral zone. They're in the Boulder zone now. Puck is sent cross ice to Landon. Landon chips it around one. He's in a race now. Oh, he was almost smoked. Detroit grabs it, makes a move around one. Winston there to defend, sends the puck to the wall. Detroit's going to throw it into the corner, and it's going to trickle behind the Boulder net. Kate back. Kate taken out, no call. Got some parents not happy about that one. I have no doubt Kate's going to get someone back here. Kate's going to grab it. She's out of the zone. Come on, skate angry, Kate. She's over the red line. She's going to enter the Detroit zone. Get a shot, get a shot. She gets a shot. Glove save Detroit. 5:32 left in the second. 2-0 lead for Detroit. Kate felt that one. To be completely honest, I'm not entirely sure if that was a penalty or just a collision, but definitely got her high. The kid's a big player. She looks to be okay on the bench. Looks like Matt's checking on her. Following the face-off, Detroit's going to attempt to clear. Keegan holds the blue line, fires a shot. Initial save from the Detroit goalie. Battle in front of the net. G's behind the net now. He's looking for a teammate. G feeds up to Keegan. Keegan's going to shoot. Redirected. Good save from the Detroit goalie. Battle here in the crease. Puck is still loose. G's battling. He's trying to tuck it in. And Detroit goalie gets the glove on it. Blake is being held up by a Detroit player right here. Score is still 2-0. 5:07 left in the second. I do not know. It looks like Detroit's going to lose one. We got Trey Dunn in the game now. Apologize if he didn't come in earlier. So Boulder is going to go on the power play, again with a 2-0 deficit here with 5:07 left in the second. And we're going to get Keegan, Declan, Kellen, Brooksy, and G. Brooksy's going to take the drop. Offensive zone face-off following the penalty. Puck is dropped, sent to the middle. Detroit's going to pick it up. They're going to look down ice. They're going to clear. Their player got a piece of it beyond the red line. No icing, even if it did go all the way down. Keegan's going to recover. He's going to look up ice, and he's going to move it to G. G not able to get stick on it. However, icing's waved off. Kellen skating hard. Detroit defender lost his stick. Kellen sends it to the slot. No one home. Declan's going to pick it up on the point. He's going to fire a shot on net. Glove save Detroit. 4:39 left in the second. Detroit still with a 2-0 lead. Same five skaters are going to remain for this offensive zone faceoff. Battle at the dot. Puck sent to the wall. Detroit is going to clear. They got a guy flying. They're doing that every time. Keegan's covering back. They're going to drop. Detroit's going to drop past it. Keegan pokes it away. He's going to pick it up. He's out of his zone. He's over the red line. He's in the Detroit zone. He's moving to the middle. He's around one. He's going to shoot. Goes off of a defender's stick into the netting. So we're going to stoppage and play. Why? The clock was running there for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're still on the power play, but I don't see a penalty up on the scoreboard. But we got Liam Brooks, Alex, Kate is back in the game. That's good to see. We got Winston back there. Detroit looks to clear. Winston's going to hold. He's going to fire low shot on net. Redirected by Liam, goes wide. Brooks is going to fire a shot towards the net. Blocked by Liam. Second attempt goes just wide. He had that part of the net too. Detroit's going to clear. Winston first back. He's going to move across ice to Kate. Kate's going to send it up the wall. Battle along the wall. Kate's slash in the back. No call. We're just going to get a stoppage and play for an offsides. 3:40 left in the second. 2-0 lead for Detroit. Puck is dropped. Brooks is going to win it back to Liam. Liam moves it to Winston. Winston's going to look up ice, fire it right to a Detroit player in the neutral zone, who's going to send it back into the Boulder zone for an offside. So we'll redo that face-off. 3:32 left in the second. 2-0 lead for Detroit. there's any possible way that Ellie could play, I would put her in her gear right now. Like, just to try and inject some energy into this game. Puck is dropped. Detroit's going to win that face-off. They're going to take their time. Had a lot of time to make a decision there. Kate grabs in the defensive zone, poked away. Detroit moves it, shot on net, goes just wide. I think Trey got a piece of that. Detroit's working their way out of the far side corner in the Boulder zone. Puck sent out front. Trey gets on top of it. Whistle's blown. A lot of shoving going on for the net. Trey's on his back right now. Seems like everyone's trying to figure out what's going on. If I had to bet, they're going to grab two. Yep, Winston and a Detroit player are going to the box. Which is not much of a box. It's kind of just like an open area. So we will get, we'll say 5-on-5 here, as those are matching penalties. Trying to see who's out for Boulder. We're going to get a defensive zone face-off on Trey's save in the scrum out front. We got Landon, Jack, Connor, Keegan, and Declan. All right, defensive zone face-off coming for Boulder. Again, it's 3:12 left in the second, 2-0 lead for Detroit. This game's definitely not out of reach, but we got to come back out in the third with a newfound identity and purpose and inject some energy into this game. Puck is dropped. Landon's going to come up with it. Quickly tries to move to Connor, not able to connect. Detroit picks it up. Puck never got out. Detroit's just going to chip it to the slot. They're going to feed it in. Shot on net, save Trey. Great job, 74. The goalies truly are the MVPs for the team right now. Detroit's looking out front. They're going to fire it. Shot hits the glass. Very lucky that we're constantly allowing that puck just to get in front of the net. A quality scoring opportunity for Detroit. 2:51 left in the second, 2-0 lead for Detroit. Line change, I'm seeing G, Blake, Kellen, Jack. Oh, wait, where's that? Yeah, I think Kate's out there. Boulder's able to clear the zone following the face-off. Detroit's going to pressure and send it back down to the Boulder zone. Trey's behind the net. He's going to rim around. Didn't get much on it. Didn't really get around. Detroit's going to hold the blue line again. Looks to fire. Shot doesn't get through. Puck is in a dangerous place. They're going to fire, and it's out of play. So stoppage and play here with 2:24 left in the second, 2-0 lead for Detroit. All right, puck is dropped. Detroit center picks it up and fires a shot on net. Save Trey. G's going to get in the corner. Collision. No calls. That was incidental. Kate's going to look to send it out. Doesn't get out. G's going to pick it up. Poked away, and I believe that was Landon that cleared. Maybe it was Blake or Kellen. Getting difficult to tell. Line change following an icing by Boulder, so the puck will go back down into the Boulder defensive zone. 2:03 left in the second, 2-0 lead for Detroit. Puck is dropped. Trickles behind Trey. battle going on. It looks like, I think it was Liam or Keegan that picks it up, sends it out of the zone. Puck trickles into the Detroit zone. Brooks has it now. He looks to move his way to the middle of the ice. It's poked away. Keegan's going to pinch. He's going to hold. He's pressured. Liam moves it over to Alex. Alex not able to get a piece of it. Detroit's going to clear. They're going to move with it over the red line, enter the Boulder zone. Poked away. Liam comes up with it. He tries to make it move around one. Taken away. Cleared again. Brooksy not able to get it at the red line. Declan pressuring. Sent around Declan. Keegan's going to pick it up. He's going to work his way behind his own net, rim it around to Liam. Not much on it, allowing Detroit to close in on Liam there. Liam sends it to the middle. No one there to pick it up. Detroit's attacking the slot. Pressured by Declan. He's battling hard. Brooksy looks to send it up to Liam. Liam's out of the zone. He's over the red line. He's driving wide. Makes a move around one. Keegan's going to snatch it. It was in his feet. Sent to the wall. Alex not able to hold the blue line, and that's an offsides. 41 seconds left in the second. 2-0 lead for Detroit. Following the offsides here with the neutral zone face-off, we got to be Jack, Kate, Landon, Connor, and Blake's going to take the face-off. Landon comes away with it, tries to move it back to the D, just gets by. Kate's going to skate back and pick it up. She is going to move through the defensive zone and pick up some speed. She is driving down the wall. She is skating hard. She attacks the middle of the ice in the offensive zone. She's going to get a shot. Oh, it gets just redirected by a defender wide. Detroit picks it up. Landon takes a good hit there, stays on his feet. Blake pushing through. Blake's going to feed it out to the D, goes off of Jack's stick and out of the zone. Jack's going to get past the Detroit player. Detroit's going to regroup. And they're going to pass it third of the ice right to Liam. Liam fires a shot on net as the buzzer sounds. So after two, Boulder is scoreless and facing a 2-0 deficit going into the third. We're going to get a ZAM here and switch sides of the ice. So about 15 minutes.
Live. Okay, Rob stepped out. Down 3-1. Alex up to Liam. Liam across the blue line. Looks like it's offsides. 8:35 left in the third period. 3-1 Detroit right now. I didn't see the third goal was coming over here. You got G, Blake, Kellen, Winston, and Declan on D. Can't call it. Detroit behind the net. Push it. G tries moving it out. G's going. Come on, G. Pushing the puck. Detroit's moving up in the neutral zone. Back to Winston. Winston to Declan. Trying to get it out. We got it out. Offsides. Jeez. He's talking. Hopefully we don't hear what's going on over there. The Bluetooth doesn't connect that far, I hope. 8:02 left, third period. 3-1 Detroit right now. Our boys are buzzing. Liam had the goal. Kellen's on her B. Moves it to Blake. Come on. Here we go. And Detroit's moving. Looking to get out. They get out. Looks like an icing. They're calling a tip. No icing. Declan's going to retrieve the puck. Battling in the corner behind the net. Detroit out front. Shot on Benny. Save. Trying to push out. Here we go. Moving out to G. G has open ice. Move wide, 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 wide. Oh, sorry. G's wide. Moves it back to Declan. Declan with a shot. Goalie didn't see it. Didn't get through. Detroit puts it, rims it around in the D zone. They're trying to get it out. Looks like an icing. It is an icing. 7:01 left. They're running the clock. 7 minutes left. 3-1 Boulder. Or I'm sorry, Detroit. Weird night. Omaha is losing. They're the number 1 seed. They're losing to Mississauga 2-0 going into the third period. Yeah. 2-0 going to the third, yeah. Weird game. Yeah. Really. Icing on Detroit. 6:52 left. Puck will be in the offensive zone. You got Landon, Connor, Jack Heaton out on the draw. Kate and Keegan playing D. Let's go. We can pot one. Make it interesting. Pucks to the net, drive. Jack on the draw, loses the draw. Detroit. Kate keeps it in. Beautiful play. Behind the net, Landon has the puck in the corner, puts it out. Jack didn't get a touch on it. Kate's retrieving in the neutral zone, puts it back. They're still grinding in the neutral zone. Kate with the puck. Kate makes the move. She puts it to Connor. Connor puts it deep. Jack's in pursuit. Jack behind the net. Come on, boys. Detroit pucks out to the neutral zone. Detroit's pushing. Kate with an angle. Good angle. Detroit with control. Here we go. Looks like Keeg's off to the races. Come on, speed, wheels. Slams a stop. Loses his edge. Connor with the puck. Landon with the puck. Moves it back to Declan. Put it back deep. Okay, we're going to go. Landon puts it back to Alex. Detroit pulls it out. Declan with the puck. Tries putting it in deep. Could have been too many men. Didn't. Oh. Detroit puts out of the neutral zone. Back in our D zone. Icing. 5:24. 3-1 Detroit. Need a little Boulder magic here. You got Alex, Liam, Brooks on forward, Declan, and Winston on D. Let's get a win by Brooksy here. Let's get some shots. It's tough. Alex in pursuit. Grinding for the puck. Alex is looking to pull it. Liam's coming into the other far corner. Oh. Come on now. In your feet. Detroit pushes it out. Declan chops it out of the D zone offsides. The nerves are there. 4:55 left in the third period. 3-1 Detroit. You got to get them on the hills. Same lines out. Weird drop. Detroit puts it in deep on Trey. Trey puts it in the corner. Kate retrieves. Little escape move. Moves it up the wall. Couldn't recover. Detroit shot on net. Keegan Will's behind the net. He's trying to push. Keegan's moving his feet. He's flying. He's got some speed coming in. Moves it to Liam. Liam wide. Pushes it to Keegan. Oh, just wide. Oh. Detroit breaks out. Nothing there. Detroit pushes it up. They're into our zone. Chips it over. Kate gets a stick on it. They're battling. No, you can't call that. Kate has it behind the net. She's looking wide. She's skating wide. That should be a hook. Nope. Up to Liam. Kate moves it to Liam. Drop back to Kate. Kate shot. Save. 3:58 left in the third period. 3-1 Detroit. Come on now. Coach James has to start thinking about pulling the goalie here, and let's just pile it on. You got Kellen, Blake, G on the draw. You lose the draw. Draws are killing us tonight. Little body there. Blake gets moved off the puck. Gets back. G has the puck. He's looking. He's scaling. Moves back into the corner. Makes a move. Coming behind the net here. G moves it to Declan. Walk shoot, please. Get in. Wide of the net. Kellen retrieves. Puts it back to Blake Davis behind the net. Blake's in here. Looking. Turnover. Puck's in the neutral zone. Kellen's there to retrieve. Puts it back to Winston. Winston gathers it. Tries to move to Blake. Declan now retrieves. Moves it over to Kellen. Put it in deep. Kellen. A lot of blind passes this game. Declan ices it. 3:03 left in the third period. 3-1 Detroit. You got Brooks, Liam, Alex rolled out as forwards. You got Keegan and Kate. We got to do it now. Get in the O-zone. Let's pull the goalie. Brooksy wins it. Alex is off. Come on. Move it. Yep. Moves it to Liam. Liam's in pursuit here. Good puck protection. Loses it. Detroit's willing out. Detroit's coming down on a 3-on-2. Cuts across the middle. Shot, score. Top glove on Trey. I don't know that he saw it. Use the D as a screen. Boulder now is down 4-1. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left. Tough game. Something about this rink. The boys and Kate haven't seemed to find the magic. You got Connor, Jack, Landon out with Declan. Is Ellie Barnes is out there. Ellie Barnes is out on the ice now. She's in pursuit. Yeah, that's Ellie out there. Whistle. Ellie Barnes has come on the ice with 2:27. Bring us that good magic. She's going to bring some energy. Let's go. Let's pot one quick, guys. Same line's out. Detroit recovers. Ellie's pushing. She's motoring around. She's bringing the intensity. Declan retrieves. Starts moving the puck up to Connor. Connor's breaking into the O-zone. Chip it in, buddy. Hold tray, please. Jack retrieves the puck. Chips it back to Connor. Connor back down deep. Landon retrieves it. Oh. Detroit recovers, puts it in deep. Declan goes to retrieve, moves it up the boards, turns over. Ellie throws a little body, lets her presence known right away. Here we go. Let's go. Go to work. Landon up to Jack. Back to Landon. Nothing there. We took a penalty there. We're going to go down 4-1. You got 2 injured Detroit players. Coach running out to the far D zone. Another coach coming out. Minute 29 left. 4-1 Detroit. I know. She did bring some life too. Just this rink hasn't been nice to us. Detroit's giving the little antics to the Boulder bench. We're going to go down. Looks like we're going to go down 5-on-3. This is tough. I think injuries piled up. I think some of the players coming to the tournament sick kind of hurt us. We're running hot. The magic kind of died there. You got Blake on the kill along with Keegan and Kate. 5-on-3 Detroit. Blake ties up, moves to LA, Trey safe. Detroit shot. He doesn't know where it is. He pops out in front. Detroit receives. Keeps going. Kate's in pursuit of the corner. Keegan's flying around like a bat out of hell. I appreciate his effort. I don't know what the call is here. Keegan grabs him. I don't blame him. The kid's chugging his feet. He's sick of the shit. It's too bad. Not a very good hockey team, in my opinion. I think Boulder should have cakewalked this team. I don't think we showed up right away. Too much meditation and not enough flat. And this is what it looks like. Hopefully there's a change before we go out to Quebec. Good for Keegan. Looks like someone has a set of balls on this team. You got Declan, Blake Davis, Winston out there. 1-0, or I'm sorry, 1 minute left. 4-1 Detroit. Let's show a little class here, though. Moves it back, Trey. Big save by Trey, actually. Slides across. I mean, they're giving it. Not a lot of puck luck. Boulder ice the puck. And it will be an icing. Dang. Blake on the draw. Moves it. Declan immediately out of the zone. That's not going to quite make the goal line. Detroit in pursuit. They turn it up the ice. Neutral zone pass. Good pass by Detroit. They gain the zone. They move it. Shot on Trey wide. Detroit walking it in. Moves the puck to the left side. Shot over the net. Into the netting. 7.4 seconds left. 4-1. Detroit. Definitely hard to swallow. Hopefully we can learn from this. I thought the team played really well throughout the weekend. Just a little bit tough. A little bit tough. Darn.